The Young and the Restless spoiler shock. Wednesday full episodes. September 4th. The unraveling loyalties and deepening fears. Claire, Victor, and the threat of Sharon. In the intricate web of relationships and power dynamics that define Genoa City, Claire Newman, once the loyal and beloved granddaughter of Victor Newman, finds herself at a crossroads. The discovery that her own grandfather, the man she had always looked up to, was orchestrating her dismissal from the job she loved, has left her feeling betrayed and vulnerable. At the same time, the looming threat of Sharon, who has descended into a dangerous state of instability, casts a dark shadow over the lives of those closest to her, particularly Lucy, Claire's shattered trust. Had always admired her grandfather, Victor Newman, a man known for his strength, cunning, and unwavering commitment to family. Working under his watchful eye at Newman Enterprises had been a dream come true for her, chance to prove herself and carry on the family legacy. But that dream was shattered when Claire discovered Victor's true intentions. He wanted her gone, removed from the position she had worked so hard to secure. The realization that Victor, the man she had trusted implicitly, was plotting against her was a blow that Claire wasn't prepared for. Pain of betrayal gnawed at her. Claire couldn't understand why Victor would want to strip her of something so meaningful. She had always believed that her work was valuable, that she was contributing to the success of the family empire. Now, all of that seemed like a lie. The respect and trust she once had for her grandfather were crumbling, replaced by a growing sense of anger and disillusionment. As Claire's mind spiraled with thoughts of betrayal, she began to consider the unthinkable, turning against Victor. But before making any rash decisions, she knew she needed guidance. Her first instinct was to seek out her mother, a woman who had always provided her with wisdom and perspective. Perhaps her mother could shed light on Victor's motivations, help Claire understand why the man who claimed to love her wanted her out of the way. Yet, even as she prepared to have this conversation, Claire felt a deep, simmering resentment. The idea of betraying Victor was growing less foreign to her. If he could plot against his own flesh and blood, what was stopping her from doing the same? Lucy's fears and the threat of Sharon. While Claire grappled with her family's internal strife, another story of fear and tension was unfolding in Genoa City. Lucy, a young woman caught in the crosshairs of a dangerous situation, found herself living in constant terror. The source of her fear was Sharon, a woman whose mental state had deteriorated to the point of madness. Sharon, once a loving and nurturing figure, had become unrecognizable. Her sleepless nights, filled with erratic behavior and dark intentions, had transformed her into a shadow of her former self. Sharon's instability made her a ticking time bomb, and Lucy knew she was in grave danger. Every time Sharon appeared, Lucy felt a chill run down her spine. The mere sight of her filled Lucy with such dread that she would close her eyes and pray for safety, hoping that someone, anyone, would come to her aid. Despite the mounting evidence of Sharon's instability, Lucy's parents were reluctant to move her to a safer environment. They believed they could protect her, confident in their ability to shield her from any harm. But Lucy wasn't so sure. She had seen the darkness in Sharon's eyes, the madness that lurked beneath the surface. She wanted to leave, to escape to a place where Sharon couldn't reach her, but her parents were resolute. They wanted to see what Sharon would do next, trusting that they could handle whatever came their way. Faith, another key figure in this tense drama, had taken it upon herself to warn Sharon. She knew that Sharon was on the brink of doing something terrible, and she wasn't afraid to confront her about it. Faith's warning was clear. If Sharon crossed the line, there would be consequence. The entire community was watching, and any misstep on Sharon's part would not go unpunished. Gathering storm. As the days passed, the tension in Genoa City grew. Claire's internal conflict over whether to betray Victor or try to understand his motives was reaching a boiling point. The sense of betrayal she felt was like a festering wound, and every interaction with her grandfather only deepened her resolve to act against him. Yet, the thought of turning on her own family was not something she took lightly. It was a decision that would change everything, and she knew there would be no going back. Meanwhile, Lucy's fear of Sharon escalated. Every night, as she lay in bed, she could feel Sharon's presence like a dark cloud hanging over her. The constant fear was taking its toll on Lucy, leaving her drained and desperate for a way out. Her parents' confidence in their ability to protect her did little to ease her anxiety. She knew that Sharon was capable of anything, and the thought of what might happen if she was left alone with her filled Lucy with dread. Sharon, on the other hand, was spiraling further into madness. Her nights were filled with dark thoughts, and she began to lose touch with reality. Warnings from Faith echoed in her mind. They did little to deter her. Sharon felt cornered, trapped in a world where everyone was against her. Her only option, she believed, was to strike before they could strike her. And so she began to plot, using the quiet of the night to plan her next move. Climax, the storm that had been brewing in Genoa City, was about to break. Claire, after a long and emotional conversation with her mother, decided that she could no longer stay silent. Her mother had tried to explain Victor's intentions, insisting that he only wanted what was best for her. Claire couldn't shake the feeling of betrayal. She made up her mind. She would confront Victor and, if necessary, take action against him. Lucy, feeling increasingly unsafe, begged her parents to reconsider their decision. She couldn't understand why they were so confident in their ability to protect her, when every instinct told her that Sharon was a real and present danger. Her pleas fell on deaf ears, however, as her parents remained resolute in their belief that Sharon wouldn't dare harm her. As for Sharon, pressure was mounting. She knew she was being watched, knew that everyone expected her to crack. But instead of backing down, Sharon's resolve hardened. She was tired of being treated like a madwoman, tired of the whispers and the fear in everyone's eyes. If they wanted a villain, she would give them one. Sharon's plans were dark and dangerous, and she was ready to execute them. In the end, everything came to a head in a single explosive moment. Claire's confrontation with Victor was heated, filled with accusations and bitter truths. Victor, taken aback by the intensity of Claire's anger, tried to explain his actions, but the damage was done. Claire, feeling betrayed and disillusioned, made a choice that would change the dynamics of their family forever. Meanwhile, Sharon's plans took a dark turn. In a moment of madness, she attempted to carry out her twisted ideas, only to be stopped at the last moment by those who had been watching her closely. Lucy, though shaken by the ordeal, was safe, but the scars of the experience would stay with her for a long time. Faith's warning had come to pass. Sharon was punished, her actions leading to a reckoning that would see her removed from the lives of those she had tormented. But the question remained. Would Sharon ever recover from the madness that had consumed her, or was she lost to it forever? As Genoa City picked up the pieces, the residents couldn't help but wonder what other secrets and betrayals lay just beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered. And for Claire, Lucy, and the others, the lessons learned during this dark chapter would not be easily forgotten.